Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Food Plot Chronicles. Now it's the end of August, all of our food plots are in. The stage is set, and the planting work is finally done. Now it's time to check our work. When your turnips start turning yellow, it means one of two things. You either have too much water or you don't have enough food. We are gonna spread some nitrogen down, some feed, some food, some power, some nutrients down on our turnip plots, and hopefully we get a splash of rain tonight, soak that nitrogen into the soil, and shoot these turnips right up to the sky. You think the plants are really gonna just shoot up to the sky? Yeah, I do, man. It's food. What happens when you eat food, man? You grow. If you want anything to grow in life, you either gotta feed it or rub it. And I'm not gonna go rubbing these turnips, so we're gonna feed them. So without further ado, let's head to the field. Everyday vehicle right here, everyday vehicle. These are the getting serious, get some stuff done boots. We haven't had rain in like 2 weeks, which for our property isn't the worst thing because we stay wet because we're down in the valley here. But it's been like really dry, really hot, really dry. Let's go check out some food plots. All right, y'all, check out food plot number 1. It looks really good. This stuff is bigger than I thought it would be. It's real dark green and lush. I see a couple little pieces that are turning yellow here and there, but other than that, this looks really good, really good. And if we go, this is kind of a boomerang shaped food plot, and actually if I'm walking on it, look at, I broadcasted seed all the way out. We sprayed this, just sprayed it, didn't till it or anything. It was tall grass, David brush hogged it, and then I sprayed it. Didn't even all die, but we got turnips growing right in the grass here. Good stuff. Let's go through here. See how this food plot just wraps all the way around. There's a block of planted trees in here, nut trees, fruit trees in the center of it, and then it's just a boomerang of turnips, radishes right around here, and they're looking awesome. They really are. I might nitrogen a couple spots here, but I do have, there's like maybe a pound or two of leftover nice fresh clover seed in here that we did on another food plot, and I didn't feel like dumping it out or putting it in a new container. So the rest of this, it's not the best, it's still alive as you can see. We got some dead stuff going on in here, but I am gonna broadcast turnips, or I'm sorry, the clover, what's left in here. It'll come up a little bit, especially in the dead areas, but the main thing is next year in the springtime, this will all be clover, and it'll be a lot easier to maintain. It'll be better for the soil and more beneficial to the deer and turkey. So we'll be able to come in here and brush hog this easier. It won't be, and then we could spray it with grass out to get all this grass out of here. The other reason I'm doing this is because I need to use this. Need to use this bag to broadcast some of the nitrogen in here. So, all right, one of our most productive food plots on the property. Some of the best action has come on this food plot. And it's probably the camp favorite spot. It's easy to get into, and that redneck blind just tucks into the cedars and pines back here. Shadows are always at your back. It is just a perfect spot. The deer don't know you're there ever. Great observation spot, but this is the best this food plot has ever been, believe it or not. We prepared it the best. We put the most fertilizer in it. We limed it. And as you can see, the soil is still not very good. It is always like complete clay, complete just rock and gravel in this food plot. I mean, you can see the gravel through the dirt here. And so this is actually coming up really good. You can see around the trees. Saw this in Grant Woods a couple weeks ago on one of his episodes. These trees just suck all the nutrients. You know, a certain diameter, circumference around the tree, or I should say a certain radius around the tree, and that's why you never get good growth right around trees. I mean, and you can see that in this food plot. But this stuff, I mean, there's already a root growing there, a little turnip. Purple tops are already coming in. Look at that. See a little purple top in there? A little purple top. A little purple top. See a little purple top? They're already popping up, and they got almost 30 days to grow still. So, but let's see something here. See this food plot? See how we got that light green, a little bit of yellow in there? Dark green up top like this. We got a few more spots in the center where it's like light green. Well, some of those areas I can see probably put a little too much seed down. So these plants right here could be lacking nitrogen. So I am going to go through and broadcast nitrogen anyway, because I don't think it can hurt it really. Turnips, radishes, this fall blend, it just doesn't like a lot of water. If your soil is constantly moist, it doesn't drain really well. These plants are going to turn yellow. They're not going to grow good. We've always experienced that because we have a generally wet property. So this year, thankfully, it's dry. I think that's one of the reasons why these are the best turnips we've ever seen. This is only less than 30 days after growth, after planting. But like I said, regardless, just in case these nutrients are lacking, and we got another 60% chance of rain tonight, pray that it happens. Haven't had rain in over 2 weeks here. It's the craziest the weather's ever been, at least as far as I can remember. But I'm going to broadcast this nitrogen and move on to the next plot. The turnips around this plot look really good. Probably need a little bit of nitrogen, which I'm going to give them right now. This kind of wasn't in my plan to do, but I'm glad I was prepared to do it, because with 60% chance of rain coming tomorrow or all overnight, and it's not just like 2 hours of 60%, it's 12 or 14 hours of 60%. So I'm hoping we really do get a rain, get the nitrogen on this stuff. It'll really shoot it up, because we need it. I mean, this plot has been such a challenge this year. The deer have just been getting in it the whole first part of the year. Groundhogs were like locusts in here, and now we've sprayed this plot 2 times, and I mean, look at the grass in this plot. It's huge, and there's a ton of beans in here, and the beans actually look good in there, but there's just so much grass, it's crazy. But I'm definitely going to walk around the plot right now and broadcast some nitrogen and hopefully shoot up these turnips so they're really good. The different color here, the green, dark green, lush green, a little bit lighter, but shot of nitrogen will be huge right now. If we can get this rain, we'll have the best food plots we've ever had. So these turnips look awesome. As you can tell, they're already green, real dark green. I nitrogened them last night, and they got the rain, so these things should take right off. I think they're going to be excellent. They already are. Actually, we're right at the 30-day mark right now of these being in, so we still have another 30 days for them to grow. These things could be enormous in 2 weeks, and that's going to be really, really good, because our soybean plot that's fenced in right now, there's good beans in there, but there's also a lot of grass. So these turnips, radishes around the outside are going to supply a great amount of food when the deer are done with these beans in here. But you see this trail? Got this trail coming out of this bedding area. We hinge cut a ton of stuff in there in the springtime. Huge bedding area, sanctuary. Trail comes right out. You can see it. Look at that. Right in the turnips. And it goes back. These deer like to hang out back in these trees, so I'm going to put a camera back in these trees, and we're going to see what's on them. We actually haven't had a camera on this food plot really all year yet. Man, these turnips look awesome. We're putting our stuff on video mode. It requires a little bit more money and batteries. It does. But I think you learn so much more when you put your cameras on video mode. If you can put your camera on video mode. video length, we're going 24 seconds for Kobe Bryant. It was just his birthday, and in his name we are going 24 seconds. Mamba mentality. So I know it gets a little bit labor intensive, but there's not a ton of ways to put nitrogen on a turnip food plot. You can't run over it with like a tractor or broadcast or anything like that. So we use these little Earthway, I think they're 20 or 25 pound bag broadcasters, hand broadcasters, the same thing we use to seed the plots with. And I'm just going and I dump about 20 pounds of nitrogen in here, run through the food plot as quick as I can. If we need to refill it, put up to 40 pounds, get this food plot done. This is only it's about 3/4 of an acre, and these turnips you can do 50 to 100 pounds of fertilizer of nitrogen per acre about 30 days after planting. And these look really good, so I might do about, I don't know, 30 pounds right here. It'll probably come out to the 50 pound per acre ratio, and we're just gonna let it go. We get some rain tonight and these things are going to be huge. We should have a lot of winter food here late season for these deer. Really good stuff, really beautiful stuff. So far all of our food plots are looking outstanding here at Camp Cutler. They really are. I'm really happy with them, but we've put so much time and work in here and preparing these plots. We've fertilized right, a lot of fertilizer, made sure our pH was right. And fortunately for these turnips, like I said, we normally have wet soil and these things don't like a lot of water, sitting in water. And thankfully it's been dry for us. I mean, that might hurt a lot of people if they have dry soils, well-drained soils, but for us it's actually worked out. Beautiful food plots here at Camp Cutler. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching this week's episode of Food Plot Chronicles. I don't know why I'm talking into a stick, but it feels like I'm a rock star. Lord have mercy, we got a doozy of a rainstorm last night. Perfect timing. We got this nitrogen in the ground and it is definitely soaking into the soil right now. And these turnip plants are like, just eating my nitrogen, I'm growing. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, comments, anything, leave them below and we'll be sure to address them on the next episode of Food Plot Chronicles. So for the end of Food Plot Chronicles here, this is 6 days after we broadcasted nitrogen on this food plot. These plants are about twice the size as they were literally 6 days ago. It just goes to show you how important that nitrogen was. These plants have sucked that all up, they've fed on it, and they are lush and green right now. You can see there's no yellow in this food plot. If there was any light green spots before, they're almost gone. It looks absolutely incredible, and this is only 6 days. Like we said, this stuff's got another 3 weeks to maybe even 30 days to grow.